The Stoics believed that true power lies not in changing the world, but in changing ourselves. They understood that we cannot control everything that happens to us, but we can control how we respond. And that's where real freedom lies. In this video, we'll explore 12 Stoic principles that can instantly shift your mindset and help you live with more purpose, strength, and peace. Whether you're feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or simply looking to grow, these timeless ideas will help you take control of your inner life, starting right now. Number 1. Focus on what you can control. Epictetus, one of the most revered Stoic philosophers, reminds us that in life there are fundamentally two kinds of things, those we can control and those we cannot. Yet so often we exhaust ourselves worrying about matters outside our grasp, the judgments of other people, the state of the economy, or the weight of past mistakes. When we give our energy to these things, we scatter our strength and dilute our peace of mind. The Stoics challenge us to draw a clear line between what lies within our control, our thoughts, our choices, our actions, and what lies forever outside of it. Every morning, ask yourself, is this truly up to me? If the answer is yes, then give it your full attention. Bring your skill, your care, and your integrity to that task, knowing you've done all you can. And if the answer is no, if it's some outcome you cannot influence, gently practice the art of letting go. This single habit can simplify your life more than you'd imagine. Instead of wasting your mornings burdening yourself with what cannot change, you preserve your energy for the meaningful work that can. Over time, you'll discover that this deliberate focus is like a quiet superpower, freeing you from needless anxiety and allowing you to move through your days with a lighter heart and a clearer sense of purpose. Number 2. Amor fati. Love your fate. The Stoics embraced a powerful idea known as amor fati, a practice of loving one's fate. This is not passive resignation or blind optimism. It's a courageous choice to welcome everything that life brings, whether joy or struggle, as an essential part of your journey. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, a blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it. In other words, what happens to you can either be fuel for your growth or a source of suffering, depending entirely on your attitude. When you adopt amor fati, you begin to see hardships as teachers and obstacles as opportunities. Instead of wishing that life were different, you say yes to what is, and that radical acceptance frees you. It allows you to stop resisting reality and instead channel your energy into making the most of every situation. This Stoic principle doesn't make life perfect or painless, but it empowers you to live with a deeper sense of purpose and trust. Every setback, every twist of fate becomes part of the story you're writing, one you can embrace with the spirit of resilience, gratitude, and inner strength. And when you truly love your fate, you discover that even the hardest chapters can reveal your most profound growth. 3. Memento mori. Remember, you will die. The Stoics practiced memento mori, the powerful reminder that one day, this life will come to an end. To many, this may sound gloomy at first, but for the Stoics, it was a profound source of clarity and liberation. Marcus Aurelius wrote to himself, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." By keeping this awareness close, we sharpen our focus on what truly matters. When we remember that our time is finite, every day becomes a gift, every moment an opportunity. Suddenly, trivial worries lose their grip. Petty arguments and empty distractions no longer deserve our energy. Instead, we treasure the connections we have. We speak our truth with compassion,
And we take action on the goals and dreams that mean the most to us, because we recognize that we may not have forever. Memento mori is not meant to inspire fear. It is meant to inspire urgency and depth. It reminds us to live deliberately, to appreciate the beauty in everyday life, and to act with courage and kindness while we still can. By carrying this gentle awareness in our hearts, we honor the fleeting nature of our existence, and we make sure that we never take a single breath for granted. 4. Seek the highest good, virtue. At the core of Stoic philosophy lies a simple but profound truth. Virtue is the only true good. Whether it's wisdom, courage, justice, or temperance, these qualities reflect the very best of who we are. Marcus Aurelius wrote to himself, "Just that you do the right thing. The rest doesn't matter." That means in every choice, every interaction, we have an opportunity to embody our highest values. When someone wrongs you, you can respond with patience instead of anger. When faced with a challenge, you can embrace it as a chance to practice courage. Even in the smallest daily tasks, keeping your word, treating others fairly, doing your work with care, you cultivate a quiet nobility that shapes your entire life. This morning, ask yourself, what would my most virtuous self do today? Aligning your actions with your principles, regardless of who's watching, is how you live a life you can be proud of. When you focus on what is truly good and noble, your days become a practice of becoming the best version of yourself, one virtuous step at a time. 5. See obstacles as opportunities. The Stoics believed that every obstacle in our path contains the seed of opportunity. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." When life throws up a barrier, an unexpected delay, a harsh criticism, a personal setback, we have a choice. We can see it as an unfair burden and let it discourage us. Or we can recognize it as a valuable chance to practice resilience, patience, creativity, or humility. This shift in mindset is powerful. Instead of avoiding discomfort, you lean into it. Instead of shrinking from difficulty, you grow through it. Every obstacle that appears is an invitation to strengthen your character and your skills. And the most beautiful part, once you embrace this Stoic outlook, hardships lose their power to defeat you. They become your teachers, forging you into someone who cannot be easily shaken. With practice, you'll begin to welcome these challenges because you'll know they're not blocking your way. They are the way to becoming wiser, braver, and better equipped for whatever lies ahead.
6. Choose actions, not complaints. The Stoics taught us that complaining wastes precious energy and accomplishes nothing. While it might feel good to vent frustrations or blame others, these reactions keep us stuck, trapped in negativity without progress. Instead, they urge us to focus on what we can do. When faced with problems or setbacks, ask yourself, what action can I take right now to improve this situation? Taking even a small constructive step shifts your mindset from helplessness to empowerment. It reminds you that you are the author of your life story, not a passive victim of circumstances. By choosing action over complaint, you build momentum. You develop self-discipline and resilience, and you foster a sense of control that fuels confidence and peace of mind. Remember, the world doesn't owe us fairness or ease, but it does respond to effort and integrity. Each morning, commit to focusing on solutions instead of problems. Let your day be marked by purposeful action, even in the face of adversity. 7. Master your perceptions. Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Your perceptions shape your experience of reality far more than external events themselves. When we face difficult situations, our natural instinct is to jump to judgment or anger. But the Stoics teach us to pause and question our initial reactions. Are these thoughts accurate? Are they helping or harming me? By training yourself to see things more objectively, you regain control over your emotions and decisions. Instead of being tossed around by every frustration or fear, you become the calm observer, the master of your inner world. This mastery isn't about suppressing emotions, but about understanding them as passing impressions, not absolute truths. With practice, you can reshape your perceptions to be kinder, wiser, and more grounded, turning challenges into lessons and fears into opportunities for growth. 8. Prepare for tomorrow, live for today. Seneca advised that we live fully in the present while also preparing wisely for the future. This balance is essential for a peaceful and purposeful life. By setting aside time each evening to prepare, laying out your clothes, planning your key tasks, and reflecting on your intentions, you free your mind from morning chaos and anxiety. This simple practice creates space for calm focus as you greet the new day. But preparation is only one half of the equation. The other is presence. Truly living in today means embracing the moment without distraction or regret. It means savoring the small joys and accepting the day as it unfolds. When you combine thoughtful preparation with mindful presence, you create a foundation for productivity, gratitude, and resilience. You step into each day ready, not controlled by worries about tomorrow, but grounded in the here and now, fully alive. 9. Cultivate gratitude daily. Gratitude is one of the most immediate ways to transform your mindset, and it's something the Stoics practiced daily too. While they were known for their discipline and resilience, they also believed deeply in appreciating what you already have. Seneca wrote, "He is most powerful who has power over himself, and no one is poor who has enough." That enough, the food you eat, the breath in your lungs, the ability to think and choose, is more abundant than we realize. When you begin the day with gratitude, you shift your focus from lack to abundance. Instead of chasing what's missing, you begin to see what's already good and meaningful. Even in difficulty, there is something to be grateful for: a lesson learned, a moment of peace, a second chance. This doesn't mean pretending everything is perfect. It means choosing to honor what is already present. And when you do this consistently, you build a mindset that's naturally more resilient, more grounded, and more joyful, no matter the circumstances. Accept others as they are. The Stoics understood something essential about human nature. People are imperfect, just like you and me. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, today you will meet people who are meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest." He didn't say this to promote cynicism. He said it to remind himself that expecting others to be perfect is a recipe for constant frustration. People act from their own wounds, their own ignorance, and their own fears. The Stoic response is not to judge, but to understand. When you accept others as they are, not as you wish they would be, you free yourself from unnecessary conflict and disappointment. You stop trying to control their behavior and instead focus on your own. This doesn't mean tolerating abuse or abandoning healthy boundaries. It means practicing patience, empathy, and emotional maturity. Because when you let go of the need to fix or fight everyone around you, you gain peace. And you make room for compassion, the kind that uplifts not only others, but yourself. 12. Live with courage and integrity. If Stoicism could be distilled into one challenge, it would be this: live with courage. Live with integrity. Life will test you with fear, with failure, with temptation to compromise. And in these moments, you'll be asked to choose. Will you act according to your principles, even when no one's watching? Will you stay steady, even when the world is unstable? Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." Simple words, but to live them fully takes immense inner strength. Courage isn't always loud. Often it's quiet. The decision to speak kindly when you're frustrated, to hold your ground when you feel alone, to stay honest when lying would be easier. And integrity isn't about appearing virtuous. It's about aligning your actions with your values, even when there's no reward. When you do that, your life becomes whole. You become someone others trust, and more importantly, someone you trust. Every day is a chance to choose that path. Not a perfect path, but a principled one. And that choice, to live with courage and integrity, is what transforms an ordinary life into an extraordinary one. The Stoics didn't promise an easy life. They promised a meaningful one. These 12 principles aren't just ancient ideas. They are tools to help you slow down, grow stronger, live with clarity, and rise above the noise of the modern world. They show us that while we may not control everything that happens around us, we always control what happens within us. So start small. Start now. Practice just one of these principles today and return to them often. Because transformation doesn't happen all at once. It happens choice by choice, breath by breath, moment by moment. If this video spoke to you, if even one of these lessons stirred something inside you, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share in the comments which Stoic principle will you carry into tomorrow. Let's grow together, not in noise, but in wisdom. Thank you for watching.